I've been in this relationship for quite some time. I don't want to go in depth, but long story short, it had become toxic to me spiritually. It was toxic to me. It was just weighing on my heart. It was pulling at my spirit, and I knew that it was time to get out. But sometimes, even though we know that we should leave, we have a problem in finding the time and finding the exit. So one day I'm walking in my dorm, and my dorm was pretty big. So this particular time when I walked in, nobody was there. And that was unusual. Nobody's there, and I'm walking through the entranceway to go past the living room to go to my room. On my way to the room, the TV was on, and nobody was there. And on the TV was a guy named Mike Murdoch. And I always used to leave the television on. It was on TBN, and Mike Murdoch was on. And as I was passing by the TV, Mike Murdoch on the television goes, "Hey, you." And for whatever reason, I stopped right in my tracks, as if he could hear me or I could hear him. He could see me or I could see him. And I stopped right in my tracks, and he said, "Yeah, I'm talking to you." And I turned around and I faced the television, and there was a coffee table right behind me. And I just sat down for whatever reason. I sat down right there. He said, "Ask yourself this. Did you ask God to send you someone that would make you feel insecure? Did you ask God to send you someone that would make you feel uncomfortable, or that would make you second guess yourself all the time, or that would make you feel like you're in a toxic relationship?" And I was sitting there like, this can't be happening. Like, this man is talking to me. And as I'm sitting there and he's saying these things, and I'm sitting there, and after he ran off a couple other things on that list, he said, "Now ask yourself, if you did not ask God to send you somebody in your life that will make you feel the way that you are right now, why are you going through it?" And I just sat back. And this is what we call in the church world a kairos. This is a God moment. And I sat there and I was like, no, I didn't ask God to send me somebody that would play games in my life, play games with my heart. I didn't ask God to send me somebody that would make me feel insecure, or bring a spirit of confusion, or fighting and bickering and arguing. And he said, if you didn't ask God to send you somebody that would do these things, then that's not the person that you need to be with. And in that moment, although I knew that I needed to get out, now I had the confirmation and the strength to get out. So I'm asking you the same thing that Mike Murdoch asked me. Did you ask God to send you somebody? Did you ask him to send you somebody that would make you feel uncomfortable with yourself? That would make you feel insecure about yourself? That would make you feel like you had to bicker and that you had to argue and fuss and fight all the time? Did you ask God to send you somebody in your life that would make you identify with your relationship as toxic? I know you didn't. If you didn't, and God didn't give it to you, then you don't have to keep it. Because if God didn't give it to you, you don't have to keep it in your possession. It's time for you to get out of that relationship. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's time for you to get out of that relationship. It's time for you to stop making excuses why you're still in it. It's time for you to stop making excuses why it's okay that they keep and continuously and consistently continue to make you feel the way that you do. It's because you allow it. Your presence there validates and cosigns the behavior that's going on. It's time for you to get out of it. It's not only toxic, but it's killing you. And you know it. You've been changing. You see yourself acting differently all the time. And you're not who you used to be. You don't have that sweet spirit about you anymore. Now everybody is suspicious or suspect. I'm telling you, if God didn't give it to you, you don't have to take it. You don't have to keep it. It's time for you to get out of that relationship. Maybe it's them or maybe it's you. Either way, it's time to make that exit. It's not just time to just break ties. You need to sever this tie. I don't know who this is for, but I promise you, if you see this and you're in this predicament and it speaks to you like I'm talking to you right now, like I know you, like I know your situation, this is your confirmation. You need no more. You need none other.